Hi, my name is Gene Allen, and I'm going to show you how to use FileShare from start to finish, from installation to managing the workstation and watching file copies happen on the workstation. We'll show you these are completely new machines, so we're going to be going through firewall issues and service starting issues and stuff like that. So this is a clean copy. I'm going to go ahead and get it to start. I'll probably pause a few times just for brevity's sake. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just accept all the defaults. Accept, yes, go. And now I'm going to pause it while it installs. All right, so now FileShare has been installed. I'll go ahead and click Finish, and we'll start the console up. Administrative Tools, and we'll start this guy right here. And we're going to go ahead and start the Enterprise Console. Right now, this doesn't have. Let's say Continue. The license agreement back there. All right, so this is a trial, so it's what you're sitting in. And so we're going to go ahead and start the Enterprise Console and FileShare folder, and we'll start that. Yes. All right, so all that guy's starting up. Now we're going to go ahead and I have another VM here, and that's this guy here, which is a standard Windows 10. If we hit the Start menu, you can see it has all the stuff that Microsoft likes to install, so it hasn't been touched at all. So we'll come back over to our server and we'll say manage. Oh, I need some credentials. I'm going to pause the screen while I put my credentials. All right, I put my credentials in, and now we're on the manage deployment screen. So let's go ahead and add a workstation. I doubt this new one is going to show up, but it looks like my domain is quick enough to pick it up. That's the machine we're going to manage. We're going to say, okay. Now the first thing it's going to do is going to come up. Now FileShare currently is going out when you're trying to find this computer. It's not going to be able to find it because it can't ping it. So it's going to give us a ping test. Failure. Ping, machine unpingable. That means the machine's either off or has the firewall on. I happen to know that this is a brand new VM, so the firewall is off. So we're going to come to the settings screen and look for a firewall. And we're going to turn off the firewall for domains, because this is on a domain, which is the normal setup. All right, there we go. So now we should be good to go. Now we come back over here, and it should say in a second, it cycles every few seconds, like every 10 or 15 seconds, trying to get a new status update. So now it's saying I can reach it, but the remote registry service is turned off. So it says, is it disabled? So we come back over to the VM and we look at it. We go right click on mine and we go to computer management. And we go to services. And we find the remote registry service. Now, the reason why we need remote registry service is so the centralized FileShare console can actually push rules and set it up for deployment. And it's set to disable. We want to set that to be automatic. Automatic delayed is fine. We're going to say apply, and we're going to go ahead and start it. Okay, now it's started. Now, let's go back over to our main server, and it should say, it'll come up and say, ready to deploy, marked for deployment. Now, one of the things that's going to happen is the Enterprise Console runs as by picking up syslog activity. So what we're going to do is, since this is a brand new VM, I'm going to also turn off firewall here. So our main console here can pick up activity from workstations. This isn't necessary unless you're using the Enterprise Console. If you aren't using the Enterprise Console, you don't need to do this little bit. And once again, we're going to turn it off for the domain. So this lets traffic from the domain. You could add a port, an exception for the port for syslog. I forgot what the number is right off the top of my head. Anyway, so let's go ahead and deploy. It's going to go to an installing state. That's a normal error. And I'm going to pause it while it installs. Usually it's pretty quick. In fact, that was very quick. So now we have a managed machine. Okay. So now let's go over to this workstation, and FileShare is now managing this workstation. So let's start up a command prompt and copy a file. First, we need a file to copy. Copycon a.doc, because by default, the default rules watch all Office files and PDFs and all USB activity. All good men who come to the aid of their country. Z. Now we have a doc file. Let's go ahead and copy it. Copy a.doc to b.doc. Now, switch back over to the FileShare console. And if you look over here, you see all the system activity. This is actually FileShare activity. And you see it's coming from, I set the syslog address, I changed the membership content, and then each workstation, you can see this is where it was deployed, and then it started, and then we got an error when it tried to push because there were no audio logs. When you come over here into the interesting events, you'll see two events. One was when I created I wrote a.doc, and the other was when I wrote b.doc. So this is the FileShare picking up the file operations, and if we click on it, you'll see that that was the file that was copied. Now there isn't a copy operation, so what FileShare is recording is the writes. So if this was written to a removable drive, it'd say removable drive there. But that's all the steps to it to pick this activity up. And I don't know if the logs have been pushed yet, but we can try them. Let's see if we come to the review data, events recorded today. Let's go ahead and run it for all computers. View data screen, let's see what we get. I'd be surprised if the logs have already been pushed, but perhaps they have. No, yeah, it hasn't been pushed yet. But they will be pushed momentarily, in which case you can use the view data screen and get everything. All right, that's it. Thank you.